PushGapRadio.com, Hamilton Park, Dallas, Fort Worth.
The Seattle Seahawks have traded the 144th pick to the Cleveland Browns. With the 144th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Shedeur Sanders, quarterback, Colorado.
Listen to the reaction.
Tell the truth. Does this surprise you guys that Shedeur Sanders, pick number 144, is now the best-selling jersey of the draft class?
No, and this is why he's going to be a Cleveland Brown. I think he's going to be on the roster no matter what. Because at the end of the day, I do think he has a safe floor at quarterback, but those type of things, moving the needle, moving dollars around and being relevant as a franchise,
that Fanatics is selling 9 different items, 9 items for him, which is more than any other draft pick outside of Cam Ward. There are 9 different options.
Kids are going to love Shedeur Sanders.
They like that dollar sign.
They want to throw up those watches, man. You know, throw up that watch. You want to be legendary.
They want to be legendary.
Did you see the video of him yesterday? He found like a park, and he was doing lunges up the hill in Cleveland. He's already putting in the work. No, lunging up the hill.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe I need to try that out.
I pat myself on the back. I don't wait for you to tell me what I done or how you appreciate me. No, I'm going to beat you to that. I'm going to tell me first.
I love you. That was some bullshit. That was some bullshit they did.
You know how
welcome to Cleveland.
Thank you.
Welcome to Cleveland.
Hey, welcome to Estevan TV. I'm at PushGapRadio.com.
PushGapRadio.com. Bridging the gap between old school and new school radio. PushGapRadio.com. It's Dallas, baby.
PushGapRadio.com in Dallas and Fort Worth. Welcome back to another edition of Shaka 401 and the main event on PushGapRadios.com. Is it just me? We're going to get into Shedeur Sanders here real quick, but is it just me? Or I don't care what you have. You got Fire Stick, you got cable, whatever. How come there are never any black movies? You scroll forever and ever. You may come across one where the black guy is a supporting actor, but where are the black movies? It's the racism. Nigga, it's the racism that bad that you won't even let us see black movies. We got a ton of movies. Of course, you know, they say that when the black movies are ran on the white networks, they're called the classics. But when they ran on something like BET, it's just the same old shit. You understand me? Don't know how that works. But yeah, I thought it was just me. Wanted to come lay that down here real quick. Thought it was just me, man. Why in the hell can you not find a black movie? They'll have these international movies, right? The movies where you have to, the artsy movies, I guess, where you have to read along with what's going on. Didn't mean to get off track. Appreciate everyone who joined us on last week's show. But yeah, didn't mean to get off track. Just can never, you scroll forever, okay? You and mommy or you and Big Papi take turns scrolling through trying to find a good movie. And everything is murder, death, kill. Right? Everything them folk put out is murder, death, kill. Anytime they go off the planet, you don't never see no niggas. I ain't want to get into that. We talking about Shedeur Sanders. What's popping with that fat pimp? But yeah, just wanted to bring that up. Sometimes I think it's me. I'm a movie fan. I love movies, man. But the crap they make today is just bullshit. And there's never a black movie. Shedeur Sanders gets the last laugh with the NFL's best-selling rookie jersey after his draft snub. You know how they done him. Sad state of affairs. You can say what you want, mine. Bearing the sins of the father. That's what they call it. The Browns' rookie quarterback is already winning off the field after they sent them the message. So Shedeur Sanders is having the last laugh all the way to the bank, despite the NFL seemingly sending a clear message by letting the talented quarterback slip all the way to the 5th round of the 2025 draft. Sanders has already proven his doubters wrong when it truly counts. And that's with the fans and their wallets, mind. The Cleveland Browns' newest quarterback now boasts the highest selling jersey among all 2025 draft picks, including Travis Hunter, Sanders' former Colorado teammate, who went number 2 overall to Jacksonville, and even Tennessee's Cam Ward, the draft's first overall pick. Here's to Joe Lewis.
Fanatics confirmed Wednesday that Sanders now has the number 1 selling jersey among all 2025 draft picks across the company's network of sites, including the NFL shop and the Cleveland Browns' official shop. There are 9 options to buy items representing the 144th pick by the Browns. That's more offerings than any other pick except for the number 1 overall selection, Tennessee quarterback Cam Ward, with 10 jersey options, and Travis Hunter, the two-way star who was drafted 2nd overall by Jacksonville, not far behind with 7 jersey options.
I know by now you're aware of Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich. He broke his silence about his son's prank call to Shedeur. Very sad. Again, that couldn't have been John Elway. That couldn't have been Peyton Manning. That couldn't have been Dan Marino. And then you want to find the dad $100,000, and you want to find Atlanta $250,000. Why aren't heads rolling? NFL is a business, right? NFL stands for not for long. But yeah, very sad state of affairs on how that went down. Guess you got to have a complexion for the protection, huh? Let's see what the media had to say about what went down with Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich and his kid. Matter of fact, his kid, Jeff Ulbrich's son, Jax Ulbrich, has been the focus of a recent controversy surrounding the 2025 NFL draft. Now, as you're aware, he made the prank call to Shedeur Sanders during the draft. And like I said, the NFL has fined the Falcons and Jeff Ulbrich for the incident. Jax and Jeff have publicly apologized for the prank call, and Coach Ulbrich has taken responsibility. Heads should roll, though. He should be out of there. And Jax, his dumb ass, I don't even know how you could play that kind of prank on somebody. Jax currently is a student at Berry College in Georgia and plays on the school's football team. How low down is that? These people, mine. Let it been your black ass. Call messing with the NFL's money like that. See what the hell would have happened to you. All right? But yeah, here's what really went down with the dumbest prank in NFL history. Check it out.
This morning, the NFL is hitting the Atlanta Falcons and its defensive coordinator, Jeff Ulbrich, with over $300,000 in fines following that draft day prank call.
You're going to have to wait a little bit longer, man.
My actions of not protecting confidential data were inexcusable.
Ulbrich speaking for the first time since his 21-year-old son Jax was part of that prank call to Colorado quarterback Shedeur Sanders, son of NFL legend Deion Sanders, anxiously awaiting for news in the 2nd round.
This is Mickey Loomis here, GM of the Saints. We're going to take you with our next pick right here, man.
Yes, sir. Let's be legendary.
But it wasn't the Saints on the phone. Video posted online showing 21-year-old Jax Ulbrich sitting next to a friend who was making that call.
Nobody got that number but coaches.
The Falcons say he got Sanders' number from his father's unlocked iPad. Now, the team fined $250,000 and Jeff Ulbrich $100,000.
Going forward, I promise my son and I will work hard to demonstrate we are better than this.
Jax also apologizing in an Instagram post saying, "I am so sorry I took away from your moment. It was selfish and childish."
And you know that Shedeur was trained all his life by Tom Brady, so a lot of people were interested in what Brady had to say. You got a lot of cats out there running this anonymous crap. It was anonymously said. What did the 7-time Super Bowl champion say? The GOAT, the one who's known this kid all his life and has trained him to where he is today. Check out Tom Brady.
We never heard from the GOAT how Tom Brady felt about Shedeur Sanders dropping in the NFL draft. And it's kind of interesting because he is a part of the Raiders organization that has a history with Shedeur. Let's check out what he had to say. So in this article, it stated Brady was actually watching the draft on Saturday, and we know that because he was watching it with Michael Strahan, who shared a few details of what Brady had to say after watching Sanders fall in the draft. I spent time with Tom Brady this past weekend and we watched the draft. And as Tom said, he's an example. It doesn't matter when you're picked. Strahan said this week on Good Morning America. So pretty much Tom Brady is saying it doesn't matter where you get picked in the NFL draft. You just go out and have to make it happen. You got to go prove yourself, show that you belong, and show that you are an NFL caliber player.
Now, what we're really here to talk about. Now, this brother named Gerald Houston gave an interesting insight. You can find him at I am Gerald Houston, Huston, on Instagram. Give a very profound insight. Again, as I told you on last week's show, we like to go deep here on pushgapradios.com. But let's be real. Shedeur Sanders falling beyond the third round of the NFL draft ain't just surprising. It's suspicious. Forget suspicious. It's strategic. But not in the way some NFL scouts and sports media wants us to believe. Now, as you know, the Browns had traded the Seattle Seahawks their 166th and 192nd picks to move up to the 5th round and select Sanders, record-setting quarterback from the University of Colorado. Like the thing said on Facebook, all those wide receivers from Colorado got drafted. Who threw him the ball? Though he found an NFL home, questions remain about Sanders' unexpected fall. It's not about his mechanics. It's not about his arm strength. And it's not about his ability to lead a team. It's about the brand. You're watching two different brands collide in real time. The NFL wasn't going to stand for that. Not for long, the NFL stands for. You're watching two different brands collide. The Deion Sanders brand versus the NFL Shield. You know they're going to make you buck down. You ain't finna come in here, nigga, and take over what we've been running for the last 100-some-odd years. On one side, again, you got Deion PRIMETIME Sanders, his brand, a brand rooted in self-confidence, visibility, cultural pride, and unapologetically black fatherhood, something they seem to frown upon when it comes to us. But it's a brand that doesn't beg for a seat at the table, builds his own table, and invites others to eat. You see how Prime does it. See how he makes a way for everyone else. On the other side of that, you got the NFL, a league that likes its stars to be charismatic but not too loud. Damn for sure can't be talking about no social issues, particularly if you black. It's in the contract. Be confident but not too controlling. Talented but still coachable. Let's not act like we ain't seen this play out before. Colin Kaepernick. They done it to outspoken players for decades. It's just Shedeur Sanders' turn to be humbled or punished, depending on how you want to frame it. But the numbers don't lie. But apparently they don't matter either. Let's look at the facts. One, according to the Bleacher Report, despite Shedeur Sanders' slide to the 5th round of the draft, his jersey is the top seller of the 2025 rookies. This is even above 1st and 2nd round overall draft picks Cam Ward and Travis Hunter, respectively. While he wore number 2 in Colorado, the Browns shared an edited photo of him wearing the number 5. So, really don't know which number he's going to be running with this season. He's 5th in the carousel of quarterbacks they got over there in Cleveland. Number 2, in 2024, Shedeur threw for 4,134 yards, 37 touchdowns, 74% completion rate. That's per ESPN. That ain't just good, fam. That's first-round caliber right there. Come on now. Then you put that next to some of the quarterbacks that went before him. In the words of Bubba Dub.
Dallas Cowboy trash.
Hey, welcome to Estevan TV. I'm at pushgapradios.com.
Pushgapradios.com. Bridging the gap between old school and new school radio. Pushgapradios.com. It's Dallas, baby.
Trash. The disrespect loud in the motherfucker, fam. Cam Ward went number 1 overall, and he deserves his shine. You understand? Ain't knocking that. Nephew put in the work. He deserved everything he get. But Shedeur being left out of the first 3 rounds, come on, dog. So what's really happening? It's not about talent. It's about control. Think about it. Deion made headlines months ago when he tried to pull an Archie Manning. NFL just trying to show Deion he ain't Archie Manning. It's all right when they do it, but you're uppity-ass Negro when you try to do it. Look at all the artists, the musical artists who have been killed because they wanted control of their own music. Prince, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Sam Cooke. The list goes on. Two separate systems in America. Again, Prime said that Shedeur wasn't going to just play for anybody. He wanted the right fit for his kid, just like Archie Manning wanted for Eli Manning, like they camp did back in the day. Only difference, when the Mannings do it, it's strategic. When Prime them do it, it's arrogant. Same playbook, different headlines, man. Come on, quit playing. It ain't coincidence. But think about this. What if Prime told him, I ain't playing the game? Now, I want you to suspend reality momentarily, and let's entertain the idea that the NFL keeps passing and not thinking about. Let's imagine that round 4 turns into round 5, 6, 7, and the phone never rings. What if the next move isn't just waiting for a free agent offer? What if the next move is revolutionary? Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. What if the Sanders family took their talents to the UFL? You know, the new league formed from the XFL and the USFL. What if they all went? What if Shiloh went too? What if Coach Prime just pulled up and said, "Man, let's go do this. Let's shock the world"? Do you know who's over in the UFL? Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. What you get is The Rock, the spotlight, and a whole new playbook. Again, UFL is already partly owned by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, somebody who understands entertainment and building a brand. And that sort of culture. Don't forget he came from WWE. You don't think he rolled out the red carpet, nigga, to bring Prime and his family in? You don't think the cameras, the fans, the merch, the culture, and the storylines wouldn't explode? Be another circus, a bigger circus than him probably coaching in Dallas. Coach Prime would bring the fans, Shedeur would bring the eyeballs, Shiloh would bring the swag, and Bucky would bring the award-winning media coverage. Come on, you playing. Now all of a sudden the UFL wouldn't just be the other league. Be must-see TV. Think of the greats who went over there. Warren Moon played Canadian football because they didn't want to give you a chance. And everywhere we go, we changed the game. You think 50,000 people wouldn't show up to see Coach Prime on the sideline at a UFL game? You don't think ESPN, Fox, and every podcast in the sports world wouldn't cover it like they do now, like they did when he was at Jackson State? Be the biggest power move in football since LeBron took his talents to South Beach. And they still be playing the game. That's the beautiful part. Not the NFL's game, not the media's game, but their own game. See, every time a brother try to set it up, look at the Ball family. They beat that man down for standing by his sons. And that's all they trying to show Shedeur and Prime. But what better place to take their whole damn circus is than to the UFL? Players is mic'd up, fans are engaged, and innovation is the brand. You know, Deion got a bowl-in-your-face coaching style, you know, that just wouldn't be accepted but celebrated over there, man. They looking for that. And the league needs a spark, man. You know, the league done got boring. Particularly, look at this kickoff shit they do. The hell is that? The league needs a spark. Shedeur's that spark, Deion's the fire. And they could transform the UFL overnight. NFL think they making a point, but they just might be creating a monster. You overlooking greatness to protect the status quo. That's the way I see it. You just creating opportunities for greatness to reinvent the system. You gonna go the way of the buggy whip. Let me make it more contemporary for you. You a cab company. Prime them is Uber. The more you try to humble people who was born to lead, fam, the more you push them to build their own stage. And that's Prime and his family. They don't need the lights handed to them. They bring the spotlight with them. You synced it. So whether you'd have heard Shedeur get his name called day 1, day 3, or not at all, let's be clear about one thing, dog. He's already the story. He already the headline. And if he decides to flip the table instead of waiting for a seat at it, they're going to change the whole game. Let the NFL and them folk keep underestimating. Shit just going to keep getting bigger. Now, real quick, and I'm going to let you get up out of here. If the Sanders family, particularly Deion Sanders and his sons Shedeur and Shiloh and Bucky, were to make a move to the United Football League, the UFL, it would be a systemic event in pro football and sports media.
If they take over coaching like everybody wants them to, there's not going to be anything left for the white people. I mean, all the players are black. I mean, the only thing that the whites control is the coaching jobs. Now, I'm not being derogatory about it, but that's all that's left for them. So black talent is beautiful. It's great. It's out there. But, the only thing left for the whites is a couple coaching jobs.
Here's what could realistically happen. 1, massive boost in UFL visibility and credibility with Deion Sanders' star power. It would instantly elevate the UFL's brand. His involvement would draw national attention, corporate sponsorships, and a surge in fan engagement. Yeah, everywhere he goes. Viewership and ticket sales would likely spike, especially in games involving Deion Sanders-led teams. So yeah, massive boost in visibility and credibility if they took the whole show to the UFL. 2, Shedeur and Shiloh's draft pro path could change. If Shedeur would have chosen to go to the UFL instead of the NFL, it would signal a new player empowerment trend where athletes choose alternative pro paths with more control and visibility. Business and ownership implications. Deion may seek a coaching, executive, or ownership stake in a UFL team, turning this into not just a football decision, but a business move. The Primetime brand could redefine what a modern pro football franchise looks like, blending entertainment, social media, and athletics. Prime them already got the blueprint. Only one plan is them folk. Last but not least, number 4, cultural and historical impact. A move like this could attract other top HBCUs or non-NFL aligned talent, similar to how Sanders brought attention to Jackson State. It would reignite discussions about black ownership, coaching representation, and alternative pathways in pro football. Hit us up. Let us know what you think. Do you think? And we just suspended reality here now. Play along. Play the game. Okay. Do you think that Coach Prime, Shiloh, Shedeur, Bucky could shake up the UFL? Could make a change in things, man? Put it down in the comments. Let us know. We definitely would like to know what you think. Devastating, titillating, definitely invigorating. Not like I'm insinuating that I think we stimulating. Reason that we get good ratings because we don't be perpetrating. All we got to do is touch a microphone with Shaka 401 in the main event on the bangingest thing on your urban internet radio dial. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow us on Twitter and X and TikTok and Facebook. And remember this, the people who follow us aren't followers. Pray until something happens. God always provides. At pushgapradios.com, the power is in the name. Never average, never mediocre. Online, on point, and on the freaking money. In Hamilton Park, Dallas, Fort Worth, we're pushgapradios.com. Pushgapradios.com. Dallas, baby. And we're out.